What's up, everybody? David Yakir here for iHeartRadio's Yak About, a boomer's GPS guide to life. So if you're familiar with the years 46 to 64, then this is the place you want to be. So put your headphones on, go for a run, and listen as we yak about. Hey, what's up, everybody? David Yakir here for Yak About, helping boomers be better, healthier, and more informed than any generation that came before. We are home broadcasting today from Planet Vero Studios in the heart of the Treasure Coast. If your dreams are beautiful white sand beaches and blue waters that are temperature perfect, come visit us. We welcome you. So I'm in the studio today with Wayne. How are you, Wayne?
I'm doing great. How are you, David?
I'm doing good, Wayne. So I've come in with a whole new thing. So bear with me here.
All right.
So what we're going to yak about today, and this is something I haven't done before. So first, as many of you know, the show has evolved from a tech-only show geared toward helping boomers better understand technology to those topics that boomers generally feel enhances their daily lives. And we began this almost 3 years ago, I can't believe it, as Yak About Tech. We then became Yak About. And today, we become a Yak About Today, where we will continue to yak about tech, health, nutrition, medicine, entrepreneurship, reinvention, etc., all geared to helping boomers be better, healthier, and more informed than any generation that came before, which is what you hear at the beginning of this show. And as we move into the next phase of our program, I'd like, and this is something I don't do often, to talk about sponsorship opportunities, because I think there are great opportunities here for local businesses. As I've said, we are approaching 3 years, and in order to up our game, we're looking for additional sponsors. We're looking to expand the show, bringing you more expertise, better information, and expanded reach everywhere your clients or customers are. We're offering small and medium-sized businesses sponsorship packages that I think are unmatched in a local community marketing. So let me tell you a little about them. They begin with what we call thought leadership interviews with our chosen sponsors, who are leaders in their respective fields that have information, products, or services that would benefit our community. Those interviews not only promote your products and services, but elevates your team as thought leaders in your business practice. Second, the newly rebranded Yak About Today has an unmatched social media infrastructure that's designed to reach your local audience with the additional benefit of national and international reach. Recorded as both audio and video, Yak About Today is followed on all the major social media networks, as well as YouTube, all major podcasting systems such as iTunes, iHeartRadio, and others. In addition, it is the only local broadcast to offer your clients both a free iPhone app and a free Google Android app so that your clients can listen to you on the go. The combined offering of terrestrial radio, local, national, and international podcasting and video, a robust social media infrastructure, and independent mobile apps at a competitive price that is most likely less than you would expect. So, how do we do this? Okay, the David Yakir Group, sounds familiar, is a marketing company that's comprised of a group of partners that played a significant role in the history of digital marketing, from founding one of the first digital marketing companies to spearheading many firsts like viral marketing. We have the expertise that few in the industry have, where technology is evolving at a rate that few marketers can keep up with. So why not give us a call and ask us what we can do for you? Call us at 212-244-6224. That's 212-244-6224. And this is going to sound funny, but I asked some of my guys and girls to make that number easier. So here's what they came up with. It's a bit funny, but I think you're going to remember this. If you just dial 212-BIG-MACHO, for information. That's 212 Big Macho. I didn't do that. I've had that phone number for business for about 25 years now, right? So I'll give a special bonus to the guys and girls who came up with that one. And of course, you can reach me at info@yakirgroup.com or check out yakabout.today. And by the way, you can actually go to Yak About Today by just typing in yakabout.today. No .com, no nothing. Just yakabout.today. So thanks for listening. And now I'd like to talk about our founding sponsor, New Vision Eye Center. Because if it's your eyes, you got to go see Dr. Minotti, Reinauer Tate, O'Brien, and the rest of the great team at New Vision Eye Center. And I say this because Sally, Wayne, you know this, Wayne?
Yes.
Right? And I wouldn't trust our eyes to anyone else. That's the kind of sponsorship we are looking for. The sponsors that we believe in, the sponsors that we're really proud to tell our audience about. So if you are a leader in your respective field, like New Vision is in eye care, call us at that 212 Big Macho number. Okay, so thanks for listening to that. And we are about to now start the show about 6 minutes in. So let's see what we have on the agenda today. So, all right. Here it is. I want to yak about health for a moment and talk about the new Health Care Act that is making its way through the Senate, because I think it's really important. The information that was sent to me by AARP contains some worrisome information concerning seniors and almost seniors. And the reason I'm talking about this is because we know most of the scope. You've been listening to the news. But there is one part of this bill, and I'm going to give you numbers here to think about. Right? The Senate bill guts the Affordable Care Act, and it'll increase the number. These are the things you already know. Increase the number of uninsured Americans by 22 million by 2026. And that's according to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, the CBO, that they released. 15 million more people will be uninsured next year, and the total number of uninsured will swell to 49 million in a decade. Some of the worst effects of the bill, called the Better Care Reconciliation Act of 2017, would fall upon older, low-income individuals. And this is the part that my audience here, right, I really want you to listen to. The increase would be disproportionately larger among older people with lower income. The 49-page CBO analysis says particularly people between 50 and 64 years old with income less than the 200% of the federal poverty level, right? Right now, current law bars insurers from charging older adults more than 3 times as much for premiums as they charge younger people for the same coverage. The Senate bill would allow what AARP has called an age tax, allowing insurers to charge older adults 5 times as much, and states could receive waivers to charge even more. The Senate bill would diminish premium tax credits under current law. The tax credits would decrease or disappear entirely as a person ages, thereby raising the premiums. Premiums for older people ineligible for subsidies would be much higher under this legislation. Now, here it is. So all that other stuff you've heard, you've watched TV, but let me give you numbers. According to the CBO, in 2026, a 64-year-old with an income of $56,800 will pay $20,500 for a silver-level plan. Under the current law, the same plan would cost a senior $6,800. So under this plan, this is particularly hard for people who are seniors. That's why many Congress people are pushing for Medicare for people 55 plus, because if this Senate bill passes, we're going to see some extraordinary increases. Can you imagine earning $56,800? Right, and paying $20,000 just for your premiums, just for premiums. That's not even including what actual health care. So please, whether you pull R or D at the voting booth, and it doesn't matter which, call your representative and tell them this is not the plan for seniors. So, and also remember, if you have thoughts on the subject, feel free to tweet me at Yakir, that's Dykir, or Facebook at Yak About Today. Hi, welcome back. I'm David Yakir. I'm here with Wayne, and you're listening to What We Yak About Today. All right, so now for our Yak About Tech segment. So I've discussed privacy before on this show, but here's something you might find a bit disconcerting, and I really appreciate this one from Chris Smith over at Boy Genius Reports. So it starts off with a guy walks into your home and says, "Nice internet privacy you've got there. It'd be a shame if something bad were to happen to it." That's the kind of line that you'd probably expect in a mob movie from a thug looking for his weekly fee for protecting your privacy. But in real life, AT&T can't be quite so conspicuous. But that's basically what the mobile carrier is considering doing. Based on a recent interview with one of the executives at C-SPAN, in an interview on C-SPAN last week, AT&T Senior Vice President Robert Quinn suggested, now listen to this carefully, that AT&T might charge users in the future to protect their privacy. The company tried this scheme in the past. DSL Reports explains that in 2016, they asked users to fork over between $531 to $800 more per year to opt out of its Internet Preferences program. The move was heavily criticized at the time, and AT&T soon dropped it to prevent it from jeopardizing its Time Warner deal, which, as you know, AT&T is acquiring Time Warner. However, AT&T is now reconsidering it. They got an enormous amount of criticism from privacy advocates when they rolled this out in Austin, Texas, and ad-supported internet service. Private advocates screamed about that. He then added that AT&T might revisit a product similar to that, but sell it as an ad-based internet service that will give the user more control for a tax. As the privacy revolution evolves, I think people are going to want more control, and maybe that's the pricing model that's ultimately what consumers want, Quinn said, the guy from AT&T. It's unclear at this time what that means, but whether AT&T will indeed go forward with it. However, as DSL Reports says, just because you'd pay for better privacy doesn't mean that AT&T would stop collecting your data. Until then, just hope that no one comes knocking on your door about your privacy. So, Wayne, we talk about privacy quite a bit here.
Yes.
So what I'm getting from this, and I've seen this in about 4 places, is, again, a fee. You know that that the Senate passed a resolution saying that ISPs, we talked about this on 2 shows ago, I believe, ISPs can actually collect information and sell your information to advertisers.
Right.
That was passed. So that's one aspect of privacy. So everything you do, your ISP has access to, they can now sell it for marketing. So this part is now, in order to stay private, they're saying, okay, we'll let you stay private, but we're going to charge you for that. Tell me what this is all about.
Well, again, it's a revenue-generating service for them. They're capitalizing on the fact that privacy is very difficult to do unless you're an ISP, because you have the full control over that pipeline. So, it's sort of like what businesses do, with their routers. They can whitelist certain sites, blacklist certain sites so that an employee can't get through. So there's your control there. And I guess now the ISPs are saying, look, we've got that full control. They know where we are, and they're going to charge for it. So, why give it away when it's another feature they can use?
That's true. It always, we always understood that as the sort of internet became, an integral part of our lives, that in order to use this, there was going to be a certain amount of privacy we had to give up.
Yeah.
But you would think that the government and these companies would do everything they can outside of what they can't
well,
to protect our privacy.
I think, and this is my personal opinion, I think the government would support this because the government really does want to know all about us. They really do. Now, of course, I can't prove that. We can't go to these big conglomerates and ask them if they're working with the government. But think about it. If you were a country leader, you want to know what's going on with your citizens because you don't want to have maybe an uprising. I mean, look at what's happening with our country. We're so polarized right now. It's very sad. Mm-hmm. And I am sure that these people in Washington, D.C., whether they're R or D, they want to know what's going on because the people now have access to the internet. They're getting that information.
And you know what you're saying is so absolutely true. I don't know if you followed this, but the government, and I think it's Department of Justice, has just asked all the states to turn over their voting rolls and the voting rolls and the registration of all the people in every state. Rhode Island has so far refused. Mm-hmm. I don't know what Florida's doing or New York is doing, but Rhode Island has refused. So you are right. I mean, every chance the government gets at this point, they're going after our information.
And privacy.
Yep. All right. How about something lighter?
Okay, good.
All right. So another yak about tech that you should love. So this is also from my friends at BGR. So there's a new service from Amazon. You know, Amazon's our favorite Echo people and Prime delivery and Prime movies.
Now Whole Foods.
Now Whole Foods. You know, soon they'll probably just buy the post office too.
Right. That might be good.
Right. So anyway, there's a new service from Amazon. Amazon will now ship you clothing just to try it on for free. Right? So how does it work? So this guy, Mike Wenner over at BGR, says that shopping on Amazon is one of the most painless ways to buy things these days, and that simplicity is one of the big reasons why the company has continued to grow at a breakneck pace. But when it comes to buying clothes, and we know this, being able to see, touch, and try on a new item is still a win for the local mall. And that's really why people still go to the local mall, so you can try on things and see what they actually look like. Well, that could change rather quickly, as Amazon just revealed a new try-before-you-buy option called Prime Wardrobe. So if you're a Prime member, you automatically become part of Prime Wardrobe. Prime Wardrobe is exactly what you're probably thinking it is. You pick clothes from Amazon Fashion. The company ships them to you to try on, and then you send whatever you don't want right back to Amazon for free. You only pay for the items you keep, and Amazon will sweeten the deal by offering discounts based on the number of pieces you choose to hang on to, up to like 20% more off. Right? For the stuff you want to return, each Prime Wardrobe shipment comes with a return label that you slap right on the box it came in, and then set it outside to be whisked away back to the company's warehouse. You get a total of 7 days to make the decision on each wardrobe shipment, which is pretty good. I mean, you should be able to make a decision
hopefully
in 7 days. And Amazon says there will be over 1 million items included in Prime Wardrobe program, including lots of extremely popular brands like Levi's, Adidas, Hugo Boss, and Calvin Klein, and there is no additional fee for the wardrobe shipments aside from the yearly Prime membership, which is required to use the service. The program is currently in testing phase, but Amazon says it plans to launch it soon. So
that's a great idea.
Isn't that great?
And I got to tell you something. I understand why you have to get these things on you. And I'm going to give you a very simple example. If you've ever gone to buy just a simple T-shirt, and you want something that's 100% cotton, do you know they have different grades of cotton now?
Yes.
Did you ever notice there's some T-shirts that are extremely soft, and there are other T-shirts that feel like they have polyester in them?
And thin or heavy.
Or heavy and thin. Right. We wash it once and throw it away.
Right. Actually, the thin ones that fall apart are my favorite T-shirts because they're so light.
Yes, they
especially down in Florida.
Isn't that true?
It is. All right. We've got about 2 minutes. You know, I did want to find a survey here for you guys. I just found, let me go look this up, and let me just open that up. So you'll love this because we talk about this all the time, right? So we have the results of the latest Consumer Reports annual telecom survey. They're here, and the results are not shocking. Once again, the big cable companies achieve low scores in nearly every category. People hate the companies, hate the customer service, don't think it's particularly worthwhile, and find it unreliable. This is Consumer Reports, right?
Yes.
So they compare that. Interesting enough, it goes on to really compare it to like Google Fiber, which is a similar service. You know, we don't have it down in Florida yet, but it's rolled out, I think, in parts of Texas, parts of California, and maybe Virginia has it. I would love it. And that's a gigabyte speed. But they always get good reports. But the cable companies are not doing so well. And the bright, shining moment is that Time Warner Cable and Comcast are not in last place. As they usually are, but they're not in exactly last place. In last place are Frontier and Mediacom, two smaller cable companies that offer slower service. So that's our latest report on...
It hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed. You know, we've spent so many hours, I think, talking about it. Anyway, I'm David Yakir. We're coming to the end here. So if you like us that much, why don't you download the Yak About mobile apps on both the Apple Store or Google Play? And, of course, if you're new here and listening to one of the 20 podcasting systems that carry us, consider subscribing. And if you're listening to us via radio, put it on your calendar and set it for iHeartRadio's Waxy 107.9, 1370 AM, or Real Radio's 101.7. Bye, folks.